So the holidays are such an important time for us to be able to come back together at the table. And there are people on all sides saying, I can't get back together with my family. Let me tell you something. My family has my traditional family, from way back when I was growing up, my family. And now my family extended and even, with me and my kids, we've gone through really rough times. The last few years have been just deadly to my family. And we are in the struggle of holding absolutely everything together. And it is hard, but it is worth it in the end. My biggest fear, honestly, is becoming my dad. I always wanted to be my dad in many ways because he was always very open-minded and he was really, really brilliant. He always questioned everything. He was very tolerant. And he was hardworking. But in the end, he just became very, very bitter. And the family, he just blew up the family at the end. And my biggest fear is becoming my father. And I was awake all last night, just thinking about that. I tossed and turned for maybe 3 hours just thinking about that. Because our family is just, we're having, problems. And all I want is my family to be together for the holidays, be together for Christmas. And even if we're mad at each other or whatever, still just family is the only thing you have at the end of your life. That's it. And so people are now encouraging others, the ladies on The View, at least they disagreed on this, on skipping family Thanksgiving. Play cut 12. Let me just play this real quick.
Whatever your reason is, I would never let my politics be the reason I don't show up to see my family because they won't always be there.
I'm going to disagree. I completely understand her point because I really do feel that this candidate, President-elect Trump, is just a different type of candidate. From the things he's said and the things he's done and the things he will do, it's more of a moral issue for me. And I think it's more of a moral issue for other people. We're just, I would say it was different when, let's say, Bush got elected. You may not have agreed with his policies, but you didn't feel like he was a deeply flawed person, deeply flawed by character, deeply flawed in morality.
A lot of Dems called him deeply flawed and demonized him.
But
stop.
But you got to.
So they're going back and forth on this. First of all, if no matter which side you're on, I think we can say it's a moral issue. On both sides, you can say it's a moral issue. He's Hitler. Well, he's not. But if you really believe he's Hitler, it's a deeply moral issue. But it was a deeply moral issue on our side, too. Your candidate was for killing babies all the way up until, and in some cases, after birth. There can't be a bigger moral issue. Your candidate was going after people because they disagreed with them. They called Catholics and parents showing up at parent meetings at school and called them terrorists. It was a deeply moral issue for us too. You're mutilating children. So don't take the moral high ground that you were the only ones that thought it was a moral issue. We did too. We just disagreed. Now, what does that have to do with me being your father, your uncle, or your brother, your dad? What does that have to do with anything? Because this too shall pass, but what won't pass ever throughout all of the eternities is our relationship with one another. We have become so small that we think that this is the most important thing. It's not. Do you know who Shemeka Michelle is?
Mm-hmm.
She's on the Jason Whitlock show.
Yeah.
She posted something the other day. She said, I have a, air quotes, friend who wasn't sure how to hold space for me. Those are in quotes. As someone who supported Trump. After the election, she stated she needed to protect her peace, and we haven't spoken since. When she comes to her senses, and I know she will, should I welcome her back with open arms? Because honestly, I'm thinking about giving her the finger like, F you. After everything we've been through, you sided with baby killers and those willing to castrate kids. Go to hell. She asked for thoughts. And so, Shemeka, if I may, I understand how you feel. I really do. I really, really do. But I think maybe because my family has been divided politically for so long because of what I do. It started way before, it started with Barack Obama. No, it started with George Bush. And so I've been going through this the whole time that I've kind of built up maybe a little bit more armor, whatever. It doesn't, whatever. This is not important. I'm not going to argue with you. And I'm not going to try to change your mind. I'm going to try to be a peacemaker. Last one of the holidays, no, it was during our family reunion. There are two members of my family that vote radically different than me and see life radically different than I do. But I love them. They're good people. I just love them. And, they were like, Uncle Glenn, we can talk to you. We just want to understand some things. And I'm like, good, because I want to understand some things too. And we just had a really good open conversation where neither of us were trying to win. We were just trying to understand each other because we knew in the end we will always be related to each other. And I don't have enough family to blow them off. It's not like my grandfather. I think my grandmother had 18 children. 14 of them lived. And I don't have that. I have 2 sisters. I have a few nieces and nephews. I have 2 grandchildren. I have 4 children. I don't have enough. They're all valuable to me. I would ask, and it will be easier for us because we're the winners this time. So it'll be easier for us to say, get over it. What's the big deal? It's still a big deal to people. And you really have to understand, if you've read my book, Propaganda Wars, the brainwashing that has gone on. I mean, we talk about it in the book and we show you how to dismantle that in your own life to make sure you're not a part of it, you're not spreading it, and it hasn't affected you. How to find the truth. These people, I actually feel sorry for not the ones who know what they're doing, but for the ones who actually believe that they're going to round people up that disagree with them. Because I will be on the front lines, and I think you could probably say this true. If they started rounding people up because they disagreed, I will be on your side. I will stand with you. They start violating the Bill of Rights, and it is in gross ways. I am with you. I'm for the Bill of Rights. I'm for all of your rights. I hope you're for all of mine. We're going to disagree on policies. We're going to disagree on how to get there. But my there should be your there. I believe all men are free. All men are created equal. You come into this world equal. You leave equal. You leave with nothing except what you've done in your life and how you lived your life. Who you worshiped, how you worshiped. Did you serve? Did you ask for forgiveness? Did you work that forgiveness in your life? I have more stuff in my life to apologize for than to pat myself on the back or say, well, thank you. It was a great thing I did. I have many more things to apologize for than any of that. We're all flawed. We're all just trying to figure it out. We don't want to control people's lives. Don't miss this opportunity. Be the peacemaker. Blessed be the peacemakers. But remember, peacemakers are the ones who stand up for other people's long-term peace. You may have to say things that are true, that are tough. Don't give any ground on truth. But there might be other ways to say the truth that they can hear it. And you don't have to say everything. But if you want to be a peacemaker in your life, you have to stand for what is true, universally true. So others, our children, our children's children, can have peace in their day. That's what it means to be a peacemaker. But when it comes to your family, don't ever listen to anybody who says, don't talk to your family. That's what cults do.